Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King of Kings. Sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna, sing Hosanna to the King.
Woo! That is good. And for this wonderful Mother's Day, May 10th, wow. Here we
Flying
are.
by.
It's just what a blessing. And our talk title today is The Power of Motherly Love. And this is, I love being able to take a moment and honor mothers.
Mm-hmm.
And it's our own mothers, it's our grandmothers, it's our stepmothers, it's our motherly friends, maybe it's our sisters. It might even be the single fathers who've embodied
Absolutely.
that divine spirit of giving and nurturing. It's all part of it.
So much wisdom do we get from our mothers. And Maya Angelou shares this. My mother said I must always be intolerant of ignorance, but understanding of illiteracy, that some people unable to go to school were more educated and more intelligent than college professors. There's not a degree that we get in motherhood. There are no operating instructions that come, batteries not included. And I really believe that what Maya Angelou is saying here is that we are born to experience life. And we get so much on the job training as mothers as we tap into that instinct and instinctively navigate through motherhood and share of our hearts and our own wisdom the best we can. So we have a next video, right?
Yeah.
This is with Kelly Bredsky and her son Quentin. And let's see what her wisdom is for him.
My mom has always been, she's always had the ability to find the light in things and the positivity in every situation. And I think about that example because it used to annoy me a lot because I just wanted to complain about things and just be upset at certain points, and my mom was always trying to give me the positive scope and what about this, what about this. But I later learned to appreciate that because it's helped me be able to find the positives of every situation, no matter how much I want to just get down in the dumps about it.
I try to always put things in perspective and not let the little things get me down. There's a lot of things that are going to happen, and save the grief and the anger and the fear for the big times, and little things when something breaks or just the little things that it can be an irritation, but then to honor the big things and say it's okay to grieve right now, be angry right now, be fearful right now, and know that I have the tools to work through that. And that comes with the strength to say it's okay to feel that, but I'm going to work through it. And so the not letting little things get to me and keeping everything in perspective and looking for joy gives me and builds that strength all the time.
My mom has always tried to be very involved. Everything that I do, she wants to know about it and how I feel about it and whether I like it or if I don't like it, and what she can do to make me enjoy it more. And so no matter what, whenever something is, a challenge is coming, I know that she is going to do everything that she can to help and listen to what I need and what I want. And it's really nice because it's always been okay, so we're gonna look at it, we're gonna lay all the facts out on the table, and we're gonna look at it and we're gonna say, here's everything But none of these things matter if it doesn't matter to you, and it's all going to be about what is going to be best for you and your future. And that's really valuable.
I feel like my kids are my greatest success story.
And truly that joy is part of that journey. And Oprah Winfrey, a powerful force in our culture, says biology is the least of what makes someone a mother. And I think this is important because there's so much that happens in motherhood. And it's not about the bloodline. That's part of it. But there's so many mothers who provide that for adopted children or as stepmothers. I had a stepmother and a stepfather, and I got that wonderful mother energy from them. And what's true is love and a willingness to listen, a willing to face the fact that there is not an operating manual, and that we're going to address what is because it's on the table. And Kelly and Quentin brought this to focus. And I really value that because this simple way of addressing the power of motherhood is also being brought forward by our next video.
In my life experience, being a mother has been a catalyst and a foundation for everything else I've done. Like even whenever I was young, my mom was that nurturer, and I got that from her. So I was the nurturer in other relationships. And I remember in elementary school, they used to call me mom. Like that was just a thing, because I was just always there. And so as I went into management, as I went into becoming a mom and a wife, and that nurturer spirit just continued to grow and build. And I learned a lot of things out of being a mom, the passion that I had to make myself better, because I was wanting to be the best I could be for him. And it created a lot more energy and passion behind all the things that I ever tried to encounter or grow about myself, because there was an instantaneous payoff, that I got to see how that awareness in myself, how that bettered him. I love that I got to be a mom. It was never something that I ever envisioned for myself, and it is one of the biggest shifts in my life in rising up to that role and doing and making it everything that I thought it could be. I also learned that there is no perfect parenting. I can try everything right, and it's not always going to be the right thing for him. All these little personalities that we're trying to raise and mold into their best version of self sometimes rub against some things that are just naturally in our personality. And I think that I learned that just doing my best and being my best was okay. And that as I learned new truths about him, or that as new things about him rose to the outer being of who he was, that I could adapt to that, and that just because it worked with him last week doesn't mean it's going to work with him this week. And so it was a constant evolution of growth for both of us as we learned how to be intermingled in that relationship and how to bring the best out of each other. When it comes to my son, I see his loving nature. He is so wise beyond his years, and sometimes the things that he just expresses to me whenever I'm having a challenge, I'm like, who are you? Where did you come up with this? I'm hoping that he gets that from me. I think that he's so grounded, and he's a rock for everyone around him. And I hope that that's something that people would say that I have, and that he's taken on for me, that desire to love deep, to keep your core solid and close, and to make sure that when you have those moments with people that you love, that you make the most of them.
I don't even have words right now, because that's beautiful and it's so true. And John Steinbeck said that perhaps it takes courage to raise children. And Reverend Gary and I joked that maybe he needed to just drop the perhaps and start the sentence with, it takes courage to raise children. It takes courage for me. My personal reflection is that, first of all, you have to get them into the world, and that is a god-awful painful process. And you have to be courageous to go through that. And we do it instinctively. Why? Because they're worth it. Because they are just absolutely worth it. And the courage it takes to go from that moment through every stage and every phase of their development is terrifying, and it is enlightening. It is painful to love someone as much as you love your children. And it's disappointing. And it just takes courage to get up and do it every day, not knowing what the day holds for our kids, what the world is going to bring to them on their path, right? Because we really are just the gateway. They chose us to be their parents, and we gave them to the world, and their path is not any of our business, other than it is for us to guide them. That's where biology doesn't matter. That's where book smarts doesn't matter. It is just the willingness to say yes every day, whether you're acting like a butt or an angel, I love you. Whether I know how to do that algebra or solve that problem or get you through that breakup, I love you. And we grow and evolve, and you can rest assured that through that process, I have been shown all of those areas of potential, of opportunity for me to be more courageous and to step out and grow more fully into my divine potential. So as I guide and as I grow and as I love, I am gifted beyond measure by my kids and by all of those people who I have had the opportunity to love and mentor from a motherly perspective. And for that today and always, I honor you.
Thank you, Maggie. That personal touch is so important. And what I recognize is that there wouldn't be overpopulation if every mother waited until they were ready to have children.
Amen.
Because the courageous to just do it and to accept the outcome is a testament to the strength of women and all those who provide nurturing. So thank you.
I think that I mothered a lot in many of my relationships with younger people and my 12-step programs. I think some of my sponsees felt like I was a mother figure to them in some ways. A lot of people say that I'm like an earth mother, whatever that means. So I think that I kind of have that energy, although I don't feel the role of mother a whole lot. Isn't that interesting?
She always had friends around her, and they always came to her, and they would disappear and go into the bedroom, and you'd either hear them laughing or hear them crying, and they always came to our house and went to her bedroom and brought out their troubles or their happiness, whatever it was. So I think she was always a mothering type of person.
I would tell a new mom to know, to trust her heart, to love, to know that she was going to be overwhelmed and that she was going to doubt herself, and that was okay, that was going to keep her on the growing edge of being a good mom, and just to keep coming back to that center of love. And I know that you're an incredible mom, and I wish you the happiest of Mother's Day.
Thank you, and happy Mother's Day to you also, because you are a mother, and And you're a good mother.
Thank you,
So-
Mom. You are too.
And so that's what we've come together today for, to say Happy Mother's Day. Happy Mother's Day, Maggie. And I'm so grateful we've had this opportunity to hear the wisdom in these videos and honor motherhood.
Thank you. Let's take that into meditation with the Unity Singers, getting us prepared to enter that space of gratitude.
Be still, go deep. What you sow is what you reap. Be here now. One is known, where life's fountain always flows. Be still, be still, be still, and know. Be still, be still, be still, and know. Om Ganapati Namaha. Om Ganapati Namaha. Om Ganapati Namaha. Be still. Be still. Be still. And know.
As we take a deep breath, as deeply as we're able, I invite you to follow the trace of your breath right down into your heart space. I do so because today is the day that we are pausing and honoring the divine feminine, the divine mother, the divine appointment as mother that we have all shared symbiotically, somehow, one way or another, be it biology or divinity. We have experienced pure love of motherhood. So as you rest in this place, right here in your heart space, I now invite you to just bring to mind the feelings of motherhood. A time when you first held your baby, the time when you had a shoulder to cry on that maybe wasn't from a bio mom, but the person that showed up to love you unconditionally in just the right moment, just as they knew how to do. Bring to mind how you feel about that person, how you feel about your mom, how you love your grandmother, and those who have walked in that feminine balance in our universe, on our planet, on this globe, before us. Breathe deeply into that inherent wisdom that they've shown, the pride that they show, the faith and the love that those women have shown. The tireless nights, the endless days, the strong backs that the divine feminine has to hold that balance for you, just for you, as a part of the one. Breathe into who you are today because they loved you. And as we get ready to enter the silence, I invite you to hold that feeling. Hold who you are in partnership with who they are, who they were, and how you've become exactly who you were divinely appointed to be on this day. And their contribution, their love for you on that path. Let's just hold that now in the silence. Keep breathing into that spirit of gratitude, the spirit of awe and wonder for yourself, for who you are, for all of the ways that mothers have shown up for you, all of the faces, all of the figures, all of the forms. Allow a smile to touch your lips. And as we start to come back into the awareness of our body and our surroundings, keep that feeling of love. Keep the spirit of awe and wonder for who you are. And let us hold on to the gratitude for all of the sculptors that led us to who and what we've become in this moment. So taking another deep breath and wiggling your toes or rolling your neck and opening our eyes, let us join together in this affirmation on Mother's Day. Together, I bless and celebrate all mothers.
Step out on the water, release your faith. Every step is stronger. Step out on the water.